Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Bad Batch Season 2 Tech Mercenary Gear. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. All right, taking a closer look at the front of Tech's package here. See the nice artwork of Tech on the front. It does say Tech and his mercenary gear. There he is working on a control pad that he does not come with. And here is a look at everything he comes with in the package and maybe a little more. It looks like there's some stuff they forgot to show us that he does come with. Here's his little write-ups. If you want to read that, you can pause it and do so right now. But let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with Tech's accessories, he does come with a blaster pistol that we saw come with both of the other troopers that we took a look at this week. He does come with the three tools that the first release came with, although it doesn't say so on the side of the package. They're just on his belt, and they are the exact same that we got with the first release, with the exception of some paint apps. This little wrench here is painted just a slightly differently than the original. You see the original had an all black handle, where this has a little bit of gray. That might have been a mistake on the first one, and they may have corrected it here on the second one. You do get this really nice backpack. Both of these antennae come off of it in the package. You do have to put them on, so some assembly required. They do plug in really nicely, and I dig this backpack. It's cast in a light gray plastic with this bright orange paint apps. You can see that it's a little darker than the original release. It was a lighter gray with the red paint apps. And taking a closer look at the biggest difference from one figure to the next is Tech's helmet. So his helmet has got a slight upgrade, and I kind of dig it. That visor does still rotate upwards and downwards, but you can see that his goggles are missing. They're not there, like that bright vibrant orange on the back. You can see that in the original release, the goggles were actually, his glasses were made onto the helmet. You can see that they weren't just popped on. They are it's a fully sculpted piece in there. You can see how they looked before, and now it actually has the goggles sculpted onto Tech now. So there he is. That's what he looks like with the goggles sculpted on. You can see the difference. The first one, he came with no goggles. It wasn't true to the character, no glasses. This one has the goggles sculpted on, and they are sculpted on. You can actually see that the band is sculpted onto the back of the head. You can actually see the brown paint before it was painted. And then this front piece looks like it was applied. It is a separate piece because it's clear. You can see his eyes poking through, but it does not come off. It is glued on. I'm sure you could heat it up and pop it off if you wanted to, but I don't see the purpose in doing that. This is more true to the character, and I dig it. Now, I wonder how that's going to work when we go to put the helmet on. Now, as far as sculpting goes, I think this is 100% reuse. I don't think there's any new sculpted parts on Tech at all. I think, unlike the other characters, all he did was get a slight paint upgrade. Here, the original does have like a silver little, some sort of scope poking out on that little pouch, but you can see the chest piece the same, the shoulder armor, the arm armor, the gauntlets, the belt, the front cod piece, the thighs, the knee pads, the lower legs, the boots, like everything. I don't see anything on here that's different unless my eye is just not catching it. I think this is 100% reuse, just with a paint a palette swap with the colors. But that doesn't mean I don't like this character. As a matter of fact, so far, I think he is my favorite of the batch. I really love, see what I did there, the batch. I really love this guy. I love his holsters, the leather work. I love that he carries all these tools on his belt, which looks really nice. I'm trying to put him in the exact same way that I have the tools put in on the first release, which, that's just my OCD kicking in. I wish there was a little bit of silver paint on this pouch on his leg, on the lower leg, and then that scope, but that's easy enough for me to do myself. I forgot that the upper piece is a separate piece. He can look up and down that far. He can tilt side to side. His arms go all the way up that far. The shoulder pads don't get in the way. He can hit that T-pose and go all the way around if you need him to. He has a hinge, a single joint hinge at the elbow and a swivel. He does have a horizontal hinge on the left wrist and a vertical hinge on the right. He does have that upper torso articulation, but he can only bend forward that far and only bend back that far. He does have no waist swivel, just like the rest of the Bad Batch. His leg can go all the way forward, can go all the way out to the side about that far, and his leg can go back pretty far, which is pretty fantastic for a Black Series figure. Can at the knee, he goes well past 90. He does have a upper thigh cut, a knee cut there, a swivel at the knee, and then a hinge and a forward-facing pin for rocking at the foot for foot articulation. So let's see how this helmet's going to work now with the goggles being sculpted on, if that's going to give us a little bit of trouble. It is a little harder to put on than normal, a little harder to like line up, but it looks pretty good. I actually really dig that. Let's bring in the other guy just to see the difference here. And while it does look cleaner on the original release because it is sculpted on, I actually really do like the look of the newer one where you can actually see his eyes through the yellow lenses. And I think that looks pretty dope. You can still rotate that visor down, you know, so if he needs to go into his tactical mode, he certainly can. And boy, he looks great. Let's go ahead and get his backpack on and sort of complete the look here, and let's get him kitted out with his pistol, and then of course the left hand is used for holding some of that tighter, the smaller gear. And boy, does he look great! He looks pretty fantastic. Here he is standing next to his the original tech counterpart, and you can see that it is 100% the same figure, just a palette swap. So let's bring in Echo, who we looked at yesterday, and then bring in Hunter, who we looked at the day before, to round out the team here. Boy, he's looking really good. We got one more guy to go. Man, do I wish that Crosshairs was part of the new batch and that he would have gotten a new set of armor as well, but maybe we'll see what happens in Season 3. So let's get this guy into some backgrounds and into some lighting and see how he poses up. And I really like this figure a lot. I don't know what it is about tech that just makes this figure so good. I don't know if it's the sculpting or if it's just like the proportions of his armor and uniform or the helmet. I don't know what it is, but I'm really digging this release. That belt is really dope. It's giving some Jango Fett vibes, and I really, really dig it. I love this character. He looks amazing. And we have to wait and see what's going to happen with him in Season 3, because we don't really know at this point. So, man, this is coming together. This whole team is coming together. This line is looking great, and I still need to pick up Omega, or Omega, however you say it, to round out this team. But man, they're looking fantastic. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.